Sales is the most lucrative skill in the world, period. The problem is most sales advice out there today is outdated, cheesy, and could even keep you from the deals that can make all the difference in your career. This is the No BS Sales School, a podcast for entrepreneurs and salespeople who want to master the skill of selling without all the BS. Welcome to the No BS Sales School podcast. I'm your host, Walker McKay. We're entering into a very special time of year. It's one that comes upon us this time every year. And I'm not talking about Thanksgiving or the fall or Christmas or the holidays, whatever the hell we call them these days. Although it's involved in that. This is part of that. What we're entering into is, in my mind, it's National Screw-Off Month, which lasts somewhere, and I really do think it's expanded this year. I'm going to say it's going to happen from probably November the 1st until the first week of January, probably after the first week of January. So National Screw-Off Month happens when salespeople say, you know, nobody's going to buy anything until after the election. And then nobody's going to buy anything until, nobody buys anything. Everybody's talking about the election, whatever the hell the results are. And then, my God, it's almost Thanksgiving and really, there's just nobody's buying things. They're going to say, call me next year. And maybe you are hearing that, right? Or, oh, call me after the holidays or blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. As salespeople, we internalize that stuff. And sometimes, I don't know, probably not with you, but maybe with people around you, it turns into an excuse, right? Well, nobody's going to buy anything this time of year. And well, blah, blah, blah. And nobody buys anything around Christmas. And here's why I speak about this with such emotion. It's because I fell victim to National Screw-Off Month probably 15 years ago, where I decided one year that nobody buys sales training between Thanksgiving and New Year's. That shit just doesn't happen. Everybody's busy with year-end stuff and Christmas parties and all this kind of crap. And so really, I quit trying subconsciously. I don't think that I made the decision. I'm not prospecting, but I think my actions kind of showed what I really believed. I did not, if I look back with 100% clarity, I didn't prospect because I didn't believe. And the reality was I was being lazy. And so what happened was, guess what? It became a self-fulfilling prophecy. Nobody bought between Thanksgiving and New Year's because I didn't try. And so then what happened was, not only did I have a shitty last couple of months of the year because, but also it impacted my first quarter too, because all of a sudden you got to ramp up, and the seeds you're planting today, for most of us, the calls you're making today, at best, they're going to turn into business in 60 to 90 days. Rarely does this happen, immediately, maybe for some of you. But for those of you that have to do prospecting, have to do outbound stuff, I would tell you right now is the time to put your foot on the gas pedal. Don't pay attention to the speedometer. Just pay attention to how hard you're pushing the gas pedal. So here's some kind of background stuff of how you can do that, because really this is a point about discipline, right? With discipline, almost anything is possible. So to get discipline, there needs to be a very strong why. You have to really, really strong why of why it matters. Why do you care? So maybe right now, go back and revisit your goals. Go back and look at those things. If you didn't write goals, well, you can start today and say, what could happen in the next 60 days if I really put my foot on the gas pedal? If I prospected, and sure, I'm going to hear call me after the holidays some, but there are people between now, every single day between now and the end of the year and that first week of January who will be buying what you sell from somebody. It's just, are you going to be the one? Are you in front of them? Think about why it matters. Why do you need to do better this year than last year? Why do you need to have a better fourth quarter this year than last year? Why do you need to do above average, better than other people? Why does that matter? Think about that, and not just more money. Money is an offshoot of this, but what does that money buy you, and why do you care? Does it really matter? Is there something that you are driving towards that if you can just get over the goal line with a little bit higher, would allow you to do something that you're not able to do now that would really matter to you or really matter to your family? Maybe it's a better Christmas for your family. Maybe it's a vacation that you've been wanting to take. Maybe it's something that if you did one more deal, it would allow you to do something you've always wanted to do. Maybe just reward yourself. Now, desire's easy, right? Everybody wants something, right? They want something. That's easy. I want it. I want it. I want it. But are you committed to get it? Now, commitment's the hard part. Commitment's always the hard part. Are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to do what it takes to make more money? So I tell this story a fair amount, but I was riding many, many years ago when I was in the commercial real estate business, which is where I got most of my brain damage. I was riding to the beach with a friend of mine who'd started about the same time that I did. I was probably, 27, 28, 29. He was 2 or 3 years older than me. And I was making average $75,000, $80,000 maybe, and he was making about $300,000. And I asked him on the way to the beach, why do you think you're doing that much better than me? What is it? And we were good friends. And he said, well, I think I know why. He said, when I got into this business, Walker, my family and I lived in a mobile home. And he said, I had 2 kids and a wife, and I wanted to get the hell out of the mobile home. And I'd made a couple of sales my first year, and we bought a house. And so I want to stay in that house, and I don't have any backstop. If something happens to me, if I have a shitty year, we could lose our house. And I have to go back to that damn mobile home, and I do not want to go back there. He said, you're single. You live in a $300 a month apartment, $500 a month apartment. It's fine. And really, if you have a shitty year, your dad will bail you out. No way he's going to let you get kicked out of your apartment. He said, Walker, I'm committed and you're not. You're playing. And I got pissed. God, I was pissed. My blood pressure went through the roof. And for about a month, I was pissed at the wrong person. I was pissed at him instead of being pissed at me because he was right. He was dead on right. I was playing. I wasn't committed like he was. So here's the thing. Are you committed to do whatever it takes to make it happen? Are you committed to making the calls no matter what, no matter how many times you hear, call us after the holidays? Well, we're not doing anything this week. We're waiting until things clear up after the election, which is a joke. What are you doing, right? What are you doing to make that happen? And then the last thing is, what do you do? What are the actions you need to take? Let me back up. What is something you need to stop doing right now so that you have the time, the headspace, the energy to go do the shit you have to go do? Is it working? Is it only taking 30 minutes for lunch? Is there an excuse or two that you need to get rid of? Is there a habit that you have of leaving early in the afternoon or showing up at 10 o'clock in the morning instead of getting started way earlier than that? Do you have the habit now? Do you need to stop chasing people that aren't ready for you? Do you need to get better at disqualifying people who aren't going to buy between now and the end of the year and aren't going to buy between now and the end of first quarter? Maybe now's the time to quit messing with those people. Focus on disqualifying those opportunities that aren't going to get you where you need to be. Now, I don't mean sacrificing long-term for short-term, but what I mean is focus your energies on where it matters most, because there are people right now who will be buying between now and the end of the year, despite what everybody around them says, despite what all your other prospects say. They're going to be buying because they need what you have and it's important. And some of them have budgets they have to use. And some of them, something will break, something will happen. Remember, your prospect's world changes every 90 days. So does yours. Don't buy into the bullshit that this is a time to take your foot off the gas, that this is a time to relax and go to Christmas parties and say that nobody's really buying anything and end up being a damn alcohol-soaked loser. Be strong. Go to the gym, work out, be healthy, make your calls, do what you have to do. This is your life, man. This is not a practice. This is what you have. Set a tone for you and the other people in your office that if they want to screw off, that's fine, but that's not going to be you. Make them look dumb when you have your best quarter of the year, this quarter. I'm Walker McKay with No BS Sales. Don't celebrate National Screw Off Month. Thanks for listening to the No BS Sales School podcast. If you're struggling to close deals, then I want to invite you to take my free mini course, where you'll learn the 7 most expensive sales mistakes that will cost you time, money, and credibility. So be sure to click the link in the show notes or go to www.7salesmistakes.com. That's the number 7salesmistakes.com. Thanks again for listening to the No BS Sales School podcast.